Woo! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, the Peace Dealer, and I'm back with the brother, Darius. You have definitely seen him on here multiple times, and I swear, every time I have this brother back on his channel, he's always coming with gifts. He's always bearing wisdom, knowledge, and gifts, and to this time is no different. So what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Um, I have
I'm real good. How are you?
all this Capricorn energy is just doing a number on my soul,
Okay.
transit the moon. So I'm just enjoying this transformation, everything, ego death, and all that.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Okay. Nice. I can dig it. Because you're a Capricorn moon. You're a Capricorn moon, right?
Yeah, Pluto has been crip walking on my moon all year and two-stepping. It's like
Uh,
really walking, all jumping me. It's in the astral realm. It's been quite the war. But
okay.
I'm standing up to the mantle, and I mean, it's just major downloads for everyone. I could totally, I wouldn't be. I can only imagine what downloads everyone else is getting, because this is just like major realizations, all that jazz. So, I'm just even more grateful to have you back on here, man, because you've definitely been a key pivotal, role in my spiritual development, and really just the development of people who are wanting to make magic a real thing. And I've realized a lot of the shortcomings. I won't even call them shortcomings, but the frustrations I've had have a lot to do with bringing my intent and manifesting it, and understanding what I want. So once again, like I'm just really grateful for what you're sharing, what you're putting out there. I'm not even going to say offering, because that sounds too salesy. It's wisdom that you're really sharing with us and putting out there. So all props to you, bro. And you're still overseas, right?
Yeah, I'm in Vietnam right now. I was in Korea last year. This year I'm in Vietnam. I'll be in Vietnam for a little while. I like Vietnam. It's nice here.
That's
Real
what's
nice.
up. That's
Yeah.
really what's up.
Yeah.
And I really love hearing that story about how you ended out there, at least in Korea. Would you mind sharing that again?
Yeah. So in 2016, I was actually homeless. In 2016, I was living in my black Toyota Camry for like 2.5 months. I had a small dog. Romeo was his name. He was in the car with me. So we were in the car together for 2.5 months. And one day, I was at the park lying in the grass, just trying to get some clarity, some relief. And I remember seeing these, I don't know how to like these sparklers of light energy in my eyes. And they said to me, not with words, but with energy, that if I were to overcome that situation and move out, I would thrive. If I were to like find a place to live, I would thrive. That was in 2016. So the following year, I ended up moving back home with my parents in 2017. 2018, I connected to those same ancestors, and they gave me this recipe for this honey jar. And I made this honey jar, and that honey jar got me a job teaching English in Korea. And that job paid for my airfare, rent, salary, healthcare, pension. It was like an amazing job to go to South Korea. Then, after being in Korea for I think like 8 or 9 months, something said you have to leave. This was in November of last year. Something said you got to go. It's time to go, fam. Make it happen. So I did some magic. I did a road opener spell, which is like used to open up doors of opportunity. And when I did that, a friend reached out and said, "Hey, you should go to Vietnam. You should really look into going to Vietnam." I didn't really want to go to Vietnam at the time. I didn't really think it was something that I needed to do, but it felt like spirit. It felt like I was being pushed in one direction. So I Googled about Vietnam. I looked it up. This is on a Friday. By that Sunday, I was in Vietnam. By that Sunday, I was on a plane in Vietnam. 60 days after that, COVID blew up in South Korea. While in Vietnam, we were on quarantine for 23 days total. Life has been normal ever since. Only 23 days, fam. So like I dodged a massive bullet, right? Because it blew up. I think Korea was one of the first places it really blew up in. China, then Korea, right after that. But Vietnam's been A1, fam. Like life is normal here. People like in March when it was like real bad everywhere else, we were chilling in Vietnam. Like life is great. Yeah, like only 23 days total, max, like nothing more. Yeah, man. So like I made the perfect move at the perfect time using Conjure. And now I made it my sole purpose to tell people how to do this because I know exactly what I did to do it. Now I'm showing people how they can do it too. Now's
And
the time.
so that's really what it comes down to, man. Like, thankfully, I've struggled with skepticism a bit, even though I've always loved magic and believed in magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been put in places. It's the reason why I'm the peace dealer now. Like, I've had experiences where I had nothing but to trust in the universe, and I've seen firsthand that the universe has your back when you trust the universe. So I see this as a step up where it's like, okay, instead of unconsciously noticing the universe through synchronicities, now I'm actively co-creating with the universe and, creating magic. And you've definitely helped me see this as something that's not so fantasy dream ass law of attraction, but scientific, like, results based,
Yes.
which, once again, for those who remember the last time I had him on here, the Dream Life Manifesto, for those of you who do the 33-day ritual, that came from this king right here. Okay. Darius Mills actually uh, taught us that in the class we were in. And you know what I'm saying? This was just the first lesson. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I'm not really proud to say this. Honestly, that year, the astro psychology course that I purchased, I bought a whole year course. I didn't do any of it, and I have to I only had access for a year, so I can do the courses. I'm restarting the now this year, which is way better because I'm just more focused. But, like, you know what I'm saying? You had your whole course. I didn't even really follow along the course. I only did like the first week, and that really is a lot more of me having to deal with my own integrity and being focused and not being distracted for no reason. But from the small that I gained from you in that course, it was already life changing. We didn't even get into the hoodoo. This was just mindset stuff, and it was already like, damn. So the question I have for y'all watching is, if you had a method, like if you knew that you can conjure anything with 100% success rate, how would that change your whole life? Like, you're not doing a spell. I remember asking Facebook, um, if you had to choose between a magic spell or $1 billion, what would you take? And I remember somebody commented, "Does the magic spell work?" Why wouldn't it work, right? It's a spell, but it's a really good question, right? Like, a lot of people pursuing magic is very hit or miss. It's like, oh, we don't know if it'll work. We don't have it down to a science. So what if you knew, watching me right now, what if you knew that if you could conjure anything, if you had a proven system and community to really help you come into your unique way of conjuring? Shout out to G1, it's another true magician in the chat. And you could conjure with 100% results. How would that change your outlook? What kind of satisfaction would you have? Skinny Mini OG said it would change everything.
Yeah.
So, props to you, Darius. I'm definitely excited to see what you have to share with us concerning this. Because from the small you taught me, we didn't even get into the magic technique. Because y'all should have been in that class. He's not teaching us how to do, like, oh, light your candle on a Wednesday and say this way. He's telling us how to coat stuff and like what materials to get. Super in depth. So, I'm just super excited, to be honest. Like, it's going down for sure, for sure.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that it's down to a science, because science and spirituality are the same thing. That is something I've learned over the course of my studies in spirituality. It's the same shit. It's like the science explains the spiritual, but they're exactly one and the same. For example, there have been physicists who have looked at the molecules of water before and after someone stares at them, and they've noticed that depending on a person's mindset, the molecules of the water shift and they change. So if your mindset is of abundance, the water will change in an abundant manner. If it's of a lack, the water will change in a way that's of a lack. That way, you can literally use your intentions to shape the energy around you. So what I'm teaching people is how a step-by-step process, a proven process, going from mindset to actual intentions, to actual conjure, working with spirits, harnessing energy, applying that energy to then get a result each and every time. One of my biggest results with my students is her name's Heather. I don't know if some of you guys are on my Instagram or something. Maybe you've seen the testimony, but she what she does for a living is her and her husband, they connect businesses together. So she connects businesses to businesses. So if you're a chiropractor and you need maybe like a receptionist, she'll connect these two together, right? So after she joined my course, within 2 weeks of joining my course, 2 months of joining my course, she was able to get $4 million in contracts signed by making a road opener oil, by allowing doors of opportunity to open up for her. I taught her how to make her a specialty conjure oil. She was able to conjure over it and able to get results. And every time I talk to her, she's making more and more money. I have people manifesting houses, homes. People are buying homes for the first time. People are finally attracting love interests, right? So what's important to realize is that a lot of times when we go to conjure, there's self-doubt. That self-doubt comes because no one has really given someone a proven process. People are just going on Google, YouTubing stuff, Instagram this, buying candles here. They're learning tidbits, they're reading books, but they don't feel very confident because they don't know if it's going to work. And as a result, that self-doubt is coming back and back. And it's like you get so excited to do conjure, you do it, but as you do it, you second guess every single step of the way. And as a result, that doubt is going into the work. That doubt is going into the results, right? So I spoke to someone yesterday. He said he was conjuring maybe 4 times a week, right? And of those 4 times, he was getting results maybe one of the 4 times. He was getting results, right? And the results he was getting, he wasn't very happy with. So he was barely getting results. And the results he was getting weren't very good. And I asked him, how confident are you in your practice? He said he's not confident at all. And it's always about that confidence. That lack of confidence will really create blockages and have you feeling stuck, right? A lot of people that come to me, they have children, they're married, or they're wanting to really create a life for those around them. And they don't realize that lack of confidence, that self-doubt, it isn't just in their spiritual practice. It's starting to extend outside of themselves. So it started to extend into affect their family, affect their friends. That person, that leader role they want to step into as a magician is being hindered because they can't find their confidence. They can't find their voice, their power, and they're feeling blocked and stuck. They're lacking money. They're lacking success. They don't have success with this, success with that. So what I think is important for me to do is for me to remove all insecurities, all self-doubt, all fear. That's the very first part of what I teach people: how to stand in your power, how to be divine, how to get results. Because the power doesn't come from the herbs, it doesn't come from the oils or the candles, it comes from you. It comes from within you. And it's important for you to recognize that. So that's the first step, is bringing that out of you, bringing out that source out of you, that God, divine energy out of you, so you can harness it and apply it to conjure to get the result with guaranteed results.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I mean, once again, from experience, I could say, especially as of late, like I'm starting to understand the psychological mechanisms that enable me to manifest. A lot of my own attitude and behavior deliberately gets in the way, and I also learned that a key importance of manifestation is recognizing when you manifest, because sometimes we manifest so fast we don't even realize we did it because we're expecting it to look a certain way. And that was very humbling.
Yes.
Just yesterday, or 2 days ago, like I've been wanting to put myself in situations where I need something. So when I'm making the intention, it's not something that, if I don't need it, I'm not gonna be as focused on it. But if I feel like I need it, it's gonna kind of. So I kind of noticed how, I was trying to focus on manifesting it, and I was like, let me just focus, and eventually it'll come through. And I just kind of, I'm not gonna say I was frustrated, but nothing really happened until, unconscious to me, like I didn't consciously be like, I'm gonna do this, but like it's like something within me decided, I want this now and I need this now. And then I immediately started doing something else. I was writing a song or whatever, and I just got creative doing something else. Literally almost instantly, boom, like what I wanted like came. And I remember the last time this happened to me was when something similar happened. Like I wanted to manifest a specific dollar amount to see the Leo King, and it was a dollar amount I wasn't used to manifesting. And in that moment of me just getting frustrated, like, this is what I wanted to manifest. This isn't happening like I thought I would. It actually came through. I felt stupid as hell. But the angels are like, "What you talking about? It's right here." So it's just such a it's just such a process. It's so interesting, like to really understand it. And one thing I'll definitely 100% agree on is mindset is everything. Attitude is everything. If I feel a lot of people will understand that once you get that right, that might have been your only block to manifesting. Like, you're probably really good at this.
Absolutely. Yeah, the mindset is so. The thing about a lot of spiritualists and magical practices is that they don't want to go too physical or too scientific. So mindset is kind of that. It's kind of that first stepping stone in the more physical direction, right? People only want to conjure the angels and the candles, the big flames, and all these herbs and stuff, but they don't realize that the mindset is a part of the magic. The mindset is the magic, honestly, because the mindset controls the body, and the body is the vessel for the magic to flow from. So if your mindset is fucked, your magic is fucked. It's all the same, honestly. So yeah, that mindset is key. So Wax and Wayne says, how do we make this consistent? I'm assuming they mean like manifestations, right? So the first thing I think is very important to do is to identify the blockage, identify what's holding you back. So a lot of times it's self-doubt, insecurities, or fear. When I say fear, I mean people don't know what they're doing, so they think, oh, these spirits are going to fuck me over because I don't know if I don't want to be disrespectful to the spirits and stuff. So be aware of what the blockage is, whether it's mind, like if it's mindset, insecurity, fear, whatever that is, find that out first. Then once you have identified it, you want to then see how often you're being blocked, right? So let's say you're conjuring 10 times, right? How many of those times are you getting results? So if you're getting results 2 times out of 10, that's only like a 20% success rate, right? That's pretty terrible. You want at least 8 to 9 out of 10 times you get results, honestly. So you first identify the blockage, then see how often you're being blocked, right? In order to do that, you have to actually be doing the work, actually be doing some magic. Just put yourself out there and try and see what comes from it. So that way you can at least gauge where you are right now. Awesome. Yes, who else? Any questions?
Yeah, if anything, shout out to Quantum Love who said the focus. Like, that's really been my hugest block. I had to really realize a lot of really manifestation. A lot of my manifestations went nowhere because my Capricorn moon had to sit my Gemini down because I learned recently the power comes from my Capricorn moon, but I'm second house Gemini sun, so I have to manifest my life force to manifest. And my Capricorn was like, hey, you want to do all these things, Michael, but you're not fucking focusing because you want to do this. And then 2 minutes later, you're watching an anime on the internet, and then you're thinking about this and you're thinking about that. And it's just so fundamental. It's so basic, right? But it's like literal. It made me realize not only so much how I don't focus, but maybe how something in me doesn't want to focus because because maybe I don't want it to be true. And one thing that really helped me break through in manifestation, every single time I tried to prove it wrong, like every single time I was like, okay, I don't even believe this is true. Let me just do this to prove it wrong. It always works. It's like a smack in the face from spirit. Like, what doesn't work? So, that's also something amazing. And to answer Brett Dickinson's question, which I definitely would love your insight on, focus has definitely been also instilled as far as writing a journal. I mean, I've always known you should write a journal. I instruct and advise people to keep a dream journal, but I didn't even realize the importance of how important it really is to journal, everything you do. And like a scientist to you're not really a true magician if you don't have a journal, because you need to be able to track what's going on. And concerning that, shout out to a very special individual who, once again, I had her on a peace talk. I got a whole customizable book of shadows right here. So, this is the magic journal. Honestly, I've just been lazy as fuck. Like that's really been my block, just like pushing and getting the passion. So is this also something that you can conjure, like actual energy and passion to move forward and focus?
Okay, so when you're conjuring, you have to first create the vibration of it to then bring it forth. So like when it
Oh,
comes to like passion and stuff, I'm really good at manifesting physical things,
right.
like a house, money, stuff like that. That's easy for me. When it comes to passion, that's more of like a meditation type of thing. You can gain passion from meditating and doing mindset work, but I want to know what you want to accomplish with the passion, because I can easily manifest like the physical result. That's what I really focus on, the physical manifestations, because I felt like a lot of spiritualists are like, yeah, just feel good and you feel abundant, money will come. No, I want to go directly to the money. I want to go directly to the result. So passion and stuff, that's like a step along the journey. But once you have the passion, what are you trying to get? And that is that you can definitely conjure the physical result of
You
that passion.
exert the passion to the result, right?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
totally.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, let me just answer my own question. I'm pretty sure once you break through with these techniques and you see, oh my gosh, like this is not just an idea, this is a proven, this
Exactly.
works. That alone is going to give anyone passion to wake up in the morning and see what more you can do. So I feel like you're equipping people with the tools to create their own reality, and that's just very
Exactly. Perfectly put. That's exactly what I'm doing. Like create your own reality from top to bottom. I mean, from your job to your house, to your spouse, to the kind of traffic you're in, to how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Like literally from top to bottom every single day, for sure. Like absolutely. Like, yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. Creating your reality, because you are in charge of the life you live. You're in charge. It's your shit. You might have a job, you might have a boss, you might have a manager, but there's a certain vibration you can exude to have that manager work for you, honestly. And when you do that, you feel powerful, you feel omnipotent. Like no one can bother you, no one can really mess with you, because it's your vibration, your creation. So I'm really big on what you said and how you said. That's perfect. Yeah, creating and conjuring your reality. Exactly. Exactly.
and you know, if I were going to be very honest, um I recently realized why, and I don't want to make this about me. I just feel like a lot of what I go through is very common of what other people like struggle with as far as like, stepping into their own sense of omnipotence and divinity. And I had to really accept that at a core level. The main reason why I don't really seem to get what I want, one is, once again, and this isn't the main reason I was going to say, but this just came up in my head. One is I need to learn how to be more aware of what I've already manifested. And that's one of the things you teach in mindset, gratefulness. Write down everything you're grateful for. Because sometimes you go on this journey so much, you forget to stop and look and be like, I didn't come a long way. Like I got a whole Peace Dealer shirt now, right? Like I didn't always have my branding, right? So sometimes, and this is how keeping a journal can have you track, everything that's happening. You go back and it may not be significant when you read it, but it's like, wow. So I'm starting to see that as a discipline. But what I wanted to say was what I realize is the number one thing that makes it hard for me to manifest. And if you watching this also experience this, comment a fire sign emoji, but it's that I don't really know what I want. Like I think I know what I want, but I didn't realize that I really did it, because it's in the sense where it's like, okay, yeah, you can manifest anything you want, and it's like, what do I want really? Like at a basic level, I know what I would want. Like I want this, like I want that, but like, what do I really want to do with my life? Maybe I was so used to seeing the world in a certain way where I have to work for this, I have to do this. What if you didn't have those limitations? What would you really do? And that's actually a question I have for you. With these tools you're helping us tap into, um one would basically be able to look at how they would manifest their vision in the world if they had all the resources, if they didn't need to work for anything to get, if they already had it. You could apply these techniques to conjure it. So it changes the game here, y'all. If you're watching this video, you've just come up on something your soul has always known you can do, and there's really no excuse to not take advantage to regain the wisdom of, 100% result conjuration. Could you speak more to that too, as far as like the certainty that goes into manifesting what you intend? Because that's gangster.
Absolutely. Like a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people have that same issue. Like, what do I want? The thing is, people are setting goals based off of limitations. Oh, my rent is due next week. I need money for next week. Oh, 2 weeks from now, my son needs a new shirt for school, right? It's based off of lack. But when you're standing in your power and you're standing in your divinity, you perceive the world in a very different way. For example, like my end goal is to bring massive awareness about kanji to the world, to all ethnicities, to all people of this planet, to that way they can then begin to create the reality from start to finish. I'm not really concerned with paying my bills or buying a nice car. That's fine if that's your thing. That's sure. But I'm thinking big term, like long term. So the reason that I'm so certain that these methods work, a few reasons. First of all, I am the biggest skeptic you will ever meet. I ask all the questions. My mind is very physical. I have Virgo. I have Mercury in Virgo, Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo in the sixth house with a Pisces rising. So there's a ton of Virgo energy there, a lot of energy that is very analytical.
And what's your rising again? Pisces rising.
Pisces rising, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's like a ton of Virgo energy there with that opposition to my Pisces rising. And when I was a kid, I questioned everything. I was that kid who asked, why? Why are we going here? What's this? What's that? I don't believe anything you're saying. I want proof. So the reason I went to school for science is to get proof about the magic of a life. And at the time, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. But I needed to ask all these questions, get all these answers.
Your moon's in Virgo?
My what?
Your moon's in Virgo?
My moon's in Cancer, first degree.
Cancer. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So once I got out of college and I started to really question life, I'm like, okay, I kind of have a explanation to why things work this way. Then I started to apply magical principles to these scientific approaches, and I found success each and every time. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good at this. Let me try and teach someone. Success each and every time. And I noticed that when they follow up, if I create this process that has been mapped out and proven by my standards, because I'm the master skeptic, if someone else can follow that, results each and every time. So the certainty comes from skepticism, honestly, just not being trustworthy of what I've seen on the internet, just kind of wanting to test everything myself and then getting results each and every time.
That's the most profound thing about what you just said is this is the basis and method of every single scientific discovery that humanity has ever faced, as the scientific method proves or tests theories to be wrong. It's actually something that I hope to do with this channel, where we'll do case studies and we'll literally prove so many astrological stereotypes and theories wrong. Some of them might be proven right, but like that attitude and that is very Virgoan. It's very analytical, and it's for this reason alone why Virgo is the master magician, because Virgo is the magic scientist, whereas Pisces is like the divine magician that, in some cases could be even more scientific than Virgo because of the genius, but Pisces always answers the question why, or asks the question why, and then Virgo asks the question how. So, it's amazing. I think one of the coolest things to ever do is apply this analytical, scientific, rigid perspective to magic without trying to control it, but still, making it something that's real and not something that's like, oh, this is a fantasy that you could conjure. So, shout out to Virgo for that. Shout out to Pisces. Shout out to Sag. Shout out to Gemini. Really, and shout out to you, bro, because making magic real is it's bringing heaven on earth. So
yes, absolutely. Yeah, man, you got it for sure. I can't help but do it. I have to do it. If I don't do it, I go stir crazy. I have to ask questions. And I love the way you put it. Ask questions, observe, but get it out of the way. Let the magic happen, but observe it as it's happening, right? That's a perfect way. That's exactly what I'm doing. Exactly. I love testing new methods and seeing what works with candles, making my own candles versus buying candles from stores, and just seeing what happens. And okay, I have this mindset today. Let me write down how I feel, my exact emotions, do the magic today, tomorrow, how I feel. I'll make my exact emotions, do the magic then, and see how the results happen and so forth. Absolutely. Like it's gotten to the point where I can not only, I know when things are going to manifest, I know the process of manifestation. I know how to perceive the manifestation, how things will happen down to almost to the hour. Like usually within a 24-hour period, I
That
see
is so lit.
literally like on the hour, like within 24-hour period, I will see the results for sure.
And
Absolutely.
once you reach a mastery of manifestation there, adding astrology on top of it just takes it to a whole nother level, adding moon phases and like the conditions of the magic you're doing. So that, and that's one thing I learned about astrology. Like a lot of people get very particular about election dates. Like, when should I do this? Should I do this here? Should I do this then? And what I've learned is that now is always the perfect time. The timing you're in will just let you know what you're having to deal with. So yeah, some dates will be better based on the weather, right? You're gonna want to throw a party when it's not raining, but
Yeah.
it's one thing that's very important is don't be so fixated on the day, because like you said, you bring the magic. So I feel like some people could be so stuck on, oh, it has to be perfect, has to be like this, has to be like that, and it's like you're able to improvise. You're always able to make the best of what you got now. So, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfectly put. Yeah. You are the magic. Yeah. So you are adding the magic to the tools, the herbs, the oils, the candles, but you are the divine power. And when you step into, when you got to first recognize it, you got to first recognize it. And that's a little tricky for some people because they think, damn, I'm the creator of my life. I created all this debt, all these bad experiences. Yeah. But think of the mindset you had. Was your mindset abundant or was it kind of coming from a place of lack, right? Be aware of that. And going forward, it's not over yet. No one's dead, right? If you're watching this, you ain't dead. You can manifest going forward, right? You can manifest great things going forward. Think of today as day one, right? Think of today as the first day you are willing to confidently stand in your power consistently, not just for a day or two, but consistently going forward. Absolutely.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Beautifully, very wonderfully said. What would you say is your favorite conjuration? What's your favorite like type of spells or things to conjure? What's like more your specialty?
So road opener work is my specialty. So road
I like,
opener.
wow, okay.
Yeah, like removing blockages or opening doors of opportunity. I like it because it's spontaneous. Like it happens, like it's Mercury energy. It's Mercury energy. Mercury's a very fast moving planet. It's done on a Wednesday, which is ruled by Mercury, very Virgo energy, Gemini energy. So it's a very quick type of manifestation, very quick. Like one of my students, she does road opening work as well. And when she does it, she says she feels like it's electrical energy. And that makes sense because Mercury,
Yeah.
like Mercury's like this, like wind is like Zeus kind of energy, like you know what I mean? Like it's very that. So
You
when
said
she's
Mercury is electric energy?
like that's what she's feeling when she's doing it. That's what
Wow,
comes.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Right,
totally.
right.
Because it's a very quick moving planet, so that energy is coming across in the magic process. So she feels her hands like tingling, like they're like electrified when she does the conjure. And I noticed that when the results come in, they come very like quick and spontaneous. Like when I moved to Vietnam, that happened within a 5-day period. Like I lit the candle on a Wednesday, bought the plane ticket on a Friday, was in Vietnam, and yeah, very, very quick energy, like very, very quick energy.
Damn.
Extremely quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's road opener. That's why I love it. It's very quick, it's very fast, it's electrical. Yeah.
Which once again, that's very mercurial in signature.
Yeah. Totally. Absolutely.
Jupiter, I've noticed, gives me like stupid instant results.
Nice.
Like within a day or two. It's just like,
Awesome.
was this what you asked for? And it's like, oh my God, it's he. Oh snap. This Chris better than I even asked. So like, yeah, yo,
It's like big energy too. I feel like Jupiter's like massive energy. When it hits hard, right? It like yeah. Like
larger
Jupiter,
than life.
yeah. It, man,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
That's what's up, man. So, and yeah, shout out to Christy Taylor. Mercury is opposing Uranus. So, this is definitely facilitating a super important level and dynamic of which I will mention in a future transit talk. Uh, mind mind awakening. Our minds are transforming to draw up, and you gave me a missing puzzle piece because Mercury, I am a huge believer that Mercury does is an electric lightning energy, like it can stimulate electricity, and I believe if Mercury is lightning, then Uranus is like the power plant. And so we're definitely this opposition is kind of like taking NZT and having your mind become limitless. And if you could take NZT and change your life, what would you do? Let me do you one better. If you can conjure anything and it can come true, what would you do? Well, you can. Welcome. Darius has got you. So
What would I conjure if I can conjure anything?
no, my bad. I was talking hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Like if the person watching, if you can conjure, what would you do? Well, you can conjure. Your boy Darius has got you. Like we got you. But yeah, what would you conjure, bruh? If you could conjure anything.
Ooh, right now, uh, I'm really focusing on expansion, man. Reaching new people. I want to empower people. There's nothing like seeing someone go from confusion to clarity. Then knowing that I was the reason behind that. It's an amazing feeling, man. I've been working with a lot of people in my Facebook group, just doing a lot of live videos, answering questions, and I can just see the clarity that they're going from point A to point B. That's what I'm after. I want to see people stand in their power and realize they can manifest anything they want to use in this spiritual practice. So I've really been just focusing on building out this Facebook group. I think he posted the link earlier in the chat. So definitely click on that and join the Facebook group because I'm really just loving watching people level the fuck up. That's what I'm loving right now.
Yo, you the man. Saturn Aqua or Saturn Pisces in your chart?
Aquarius. Yeah.
Saturn. Oh, so you coming in on it. This is your great work. You about
this
to yeah.
Turn has been amazing. Honestly, this Saturn turn has been incredible. Awesome. It's been like life changing. Honestly,
it's been the best is yet to come. Trust me on that.
Man, yeah, dude.
So could you explain more your Facebook group? I do have that in the link below. If you refresh the page, you'll see it. Okay. And yeah.
The Facebook group, I go live twice a week. I post like 3 times a week, and I'm basically wanting to take people from point A to point B. Point A being insecurity, doubt, fear. I don't know how to get started. What herbs do I use? I don't feel confident with my conjure. What day of the week, right? How do I get results guaranteed? What am I doing wrong? I want to teach my children. I don't know how. I feel powerless. I feel stuck. I feel pinned down, right? I feel like I'm blocked. I don't know what to do, but I know conjure can help me. I just don't know how to use the conjure. So the group is how to use the conjure. It's how to remove the blockages, how to recognize them, how to get results each and every time, and how to begin to manifest your life from top to bottom, right? Conjure and create your reality from top to bottom. So yeah, when you go in the group, you get the opportunity to ask questions on the live. I do lives, like I said, twice a week, and I make sure the lives are legit, they're authentic, they're good. Because again, the whole focus of that group is to take you from point A to point B. Point A, confusion. Point B, clarity. Clarity, knowing exactly what you need to do next to make that next move in your life, to make the next step in your life. For some people, that step is realizing that they're powerful. Like you were saying, that's a very common thing I hear all the time. I don't know. I like people can comprehend they're powerful, but to actually feel that and stand in that, it takes a mental shift to stand in that, honestly, to live that lifestyle consistently. So that's some of the things I talk about all the time, recognizing that. Something else I talk about is realizing that when you are out buying candles, buying spelled candles, conjure candles, fixed candles, what's happening is you're giving your power away. You're basically saying, I'm not powerful enough. I'm not strong enough. Let me buy into someone else's magic, right? And it's a temporary fix. You buying someone else's spiritual candles or however you magic candles, that's a temporary fix to a bigger problem, right? And what happens a lot of times, you buy that candle, you get results, but you felt the results should have been bigger, right? You felt the results should have been more prosperous, right? Some of these candles are like 70, $60 or so. So you're buying one candle and you don't get a result. You feel like something is happening, something is in the way. But what is happening is you're happening because your mind is like, okay, I'm not powerful enough. Let me buy candles and try to get the power, but you don't get the power because you don't think you're powerful enough, right? So it's like your divinity is blocking your divinity, right? You're so powerful that you can prevent yourself from being powerful. That's how powerful you are. You're blocking your own manifestations, right? So the group is all about standing in your power so you don't have to rely on anyone but you. Anyone but you. There are tons of people on IG selling candles, selling oil, selling rituals, selling this and that, but no one's really teaching. And it's almost like people want you to only purchase their stuff. They only want you to purchase their things. And what happens when you do that is this. So give a man a fish, he's fed for the day, right? Teach him how to fish, he's fed for a lifetime. When you're buying candles, you're only being fed for that day. You got to keep going back and going back and going back and keep purchasing, right? Keep spending your money on something that could result in a manifestation, but will definitely result in you feeling powerless because you're giving your power away. However, when you learn to conjure, you learn this practice, you can do it for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, pass it down to the children, family members. You will become that seed in your family that begins to grow and prosper, and you can raise up the next generation in a spiritual legacy. You don't want to raise them up teaching them how to buy candles. You want to raise them up teaching them how to make their own conjure candles and spiritual products to manifest their life their way. So when you learn, you have lifetime access to knowledge. You don't forget 1 + 1 = 2. You will always know that, right? You like I want to get to a space where people always know that conjure is a method they can use to manifest. That's my goal. So that's what the Facebook group is all about. If you're wanting to stop buying and start learning, now is the time because your magic is so much more powerful for you than it is if you were to buy from someone else.
And that's the key, your magic.
Yeah,
You don't need money for this. You don't need to buy anything. This is your own limitless source of ability to make whatever happen, and your inability to believe in yourself is the only thing that's blocking you from
yes,
tapping into this source. This is the reason why there's just so much disinformation to make you forget who you are and to lie to you about who you are so that you could pretty much give your power away. So one overarching lesson from this that I gained that will really separate the novice magician from the master magician, this is everything that you mentioned in this talk is seen in astrology with the axis of magic. Gemini third house, Virgo sixth house, Sagittarius ninth house, Pisces 12th house. And in order to do magical techniques, a technique is a group and compilation of skills. Techniques is Virgo, but you need to have the right mindset and attitude, Gemini, or it will clash with your technique of what you're doing. And this is just, and of course, your lifestyle in Virgo also needs to balance with your beliefs in Sagittarius. Your mindset, Gemini, and beliefs in Sagittarius will not only perfect your lifestyle, but now Pisces 12th house spirituality is the meaning of your lifestyle, of what you do every day. And this definitively proves that magic is a lifestyle. The novice magician uses magic to, make something happen. The master magician, magic is their lifestyle.
yeah,
They're doing spells because that's a part of their lifestyle. They maintain this energy with their attitude, with their beliefs. Magic isn't even just what they do, it's how they live. And the conjuration, and everyone can conjure. So it's amazing how you mentioned your magic because it's something you can make uniquely yours, and
yeah.
like you said, create a tradition, pass it down to the family. So this talk definitely like lit a spark and revived something in my heart, and I hope it did for y'all watching too. Please make sure y'all click that link, hit up the Facebook page. I also put his Instagram, Darius Mills 91. Grace, please shoot me that email. I don't think I received it. And yeah, I'm glad. I do feel calm myself. I have a very chill vibe right now that I'm definitely very grateful for. So Yeah, bro. I guess are there any final remarks you'd like to share?
Yeah, one last thing I will say. People have two options watching this right now. I like to call this heaven and hell, right? So heaven is you learn conjure, you're able to manifest your heart's desires, you're able to pass it down to people around you, you're able to create the life you want to live, you're able to take full control of your reality, regardless of what's going on in the world. COVID, yeah, don't matter. When you conjuring, none of that shit matter. So that's the heaven, right? You being in full control of your life, your way. The hell is the exact opposite. You being a victim of COVID, of the presidential election, of Trump, of all these chaotic things that are happening in 2020 and going forward, right? The hell is you having no control, you feeling controlless, powerless, you having this self-doubt, these insecurities that cause your chakras to be blocked. And when your chakras are blocked, you can't express yourself fully, right? You can't help those around you. A lot of the people watching this right now want to be of service to those around them, but they can't do that if they're blocked, right? As you know, a lot of people depend on spiritual people, even if they don't know the person is spiritual, because spiritual people have this glow, this inner energy of wanting to assist and elevate the world. So people are drawn to those people. But if that person isn't thriving and they're feeling blocked, there's no service being done, there's no one helping. So you learning to stand in your power, you learning to remove your blockages is literally shifting the vibration of the planet, literally, because you are a beacon of light. But if that light is turned off, you're not really like illuminating the light you need to be living, right? But when you light up, people are drawn to you. They want to be of service to you because they want to light up like you do. It's like a domino effect. It starts with you, then it trickles on down to everyone around you, and it expands and expands exponentially. So you really want to think of that way in the heaven and hell, right? Heaven being success guaranteed all the time, hell being failure, self-doubt, and more failure all the time, right? So that's really the choice. So if you want the heaven, I want to give it to you. That's what the Facebook group is all about. So like he said, he put the link in the description of this video. Definitely join the Facebook group. It's free. Why not? Join the Facebook group, right? But yeah, dude, that's pretty much all I want to say. I just want to touch on that real quick.
Shout out to Green Gotti in the trenches, experiencing manifestation outright.
Yeah.
Um, Leo Gem asks, can you conjure with only belief and action? Like, do candles and oils and spells just illuminate that desire to the universe?
Absolutely. Very good question. Very good question. So yeah, you can definitely only conjure with belief and action for sure. Let's say, so that's actually what I teach first. I
Yeah.
don't I don't teach you to touch a candle or anything. It's like week 3, week 4 of my program. The very first beginning is manifestation with just your body, you, your mind, and your body, and your energy. That's once you can get that, you can then take it up tenfold with the candles, with the oils and stuff, because those are tools, right? Like, for example, let's say you were a ninja. A ninja's great with a sword, but a ninja will fuck you up with nothing, right? That's the same principle. You want to make sure you can fuck something up with just your own body. And then once you get that sword, you even better. Same
Right.
process.
Exactly. Right. And here's another analogy. You know what I'm saying? You can walk up to the love of your life and you can have the belief that you're meant to be with this person. And you walk up with action and you share your heart and you're able to go on a date with her. Versus if you walk up on her with perfume, you looking right, you know what I'm saying? You're saying everything you're saying in a certain way. That's what candles and spells do with the universe. You're adding more, you know what I'm saying, charm to make the manifestation stronger. So, you
Exactly.
know, and once again, just like someone can put the makeup on, someone can put that and still strike out with the individual. Just like someone can just go off belief and action and strike out, just like you can do spells and strike out. So, you know, to come with a 100% conjuration technique, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that um this this is what we're rocking with right now, and that you are giving us the tools and keys once again from experience, only being exposed to like the first few chapters. Just belief in action and mindset changed my whole life. Change, and it's just the little things that change everything. So, you know, very, very grateful.
Absolutely, for
Very,
sure.
very grateful.
I love the way you put that. Yeah, like you can tell, like people right now, people are buying candles, buying this, buying that, but they're striking out because they don't have the foundational work first, and
Right.
that's so important. That foundational work is so important, for sure.
Funny candle story. Um, I like to buy Archangel Michael candles. whenever I go to Walmart, like there's the Holy Spirit ones, and then there's the I think the 7 African Power ones. So I usually just pick up the Archangel Michael ones. I had a very toxic roommate that I helped house for a period, and dude took straight advantage. Him and his girlfriend took straight advantage of me, and I felt betrayed. I felt violated, and the Aries part of me was like, I want revenge. Like I didn't really think about it too much like that. I didn't never even said I wanted revenge. I always want justice. I don't believe in rage like that. But like this just kind of taught me that vengeance is the Lord's. Like spirit looks out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of people need to accept this, because sometimes we can get so defeated by how certain people treat us. So I remember one day I lit that Archangel Michael candle, no intent. My mind was already off of that. It wasn't like I was still simmering like, I can't believe this was already, a whiles away. I'd see him walk around. I didn't really, feel anything. It is what it is. So I'm talking about as soon as that candle is lit, and this is why it's very important. This kind of happened around the time we fell out, and literally 2 days before we fell out, he was looking at me talking about, oh, I'm the devil, and I actually feel like I'm the devil, and blah blah blah. So the Archangel Michael candle is literally Archangel Michael slaying the devil. Like it's like his foot is on the devil, and he has like the hand. So so when he got kicked out of my apartment, he went to stay with someone else down the street. And the way this dude is, he's very manipulative. So he tries to pit people against each other. And I could tell he tried to do that with us. But that dude thankfully was cool. Like he never really, got at me like that, because he could tell it is what it is. And I never really wanted anything to go down anyway. So I'm talking about as soon as the Archangel Michael candle goes out, and I open the door, and it's the neighbor who housed him. Hey yo, I need your help. I need a ride, because I just beat the crap out of this dude. Basically, right. The way he kind of violated me, he ended up violating him. And so, you know what I'm saying? And he told me right off the bat, I just punched this dude in the face. I gave like 6 times in a row, knocked him out, and I threw out all his stuff. And I felt so bad, because everything in my head was like, hey, with justice, this is it. It just sounded like, here is your karma. Like everything you try, you got it back in 100-fold. And like it just made me realize, like, wow, like you're never alone in this fight. Like, everything does work out when you stay aligned and you don't try and put too much in your own hands. And it was just like, wow.
You gotta set the intention and then let go at the same time. Like you really want the result, but kind of like forget about it at the same time. Yeah, for sure.
I was like, oh, Goon came through. He laid the smackdown on this boy, like bing, 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 through all this stuff. I was like, there we go. I started really rocking. Like, what's up? It was amazing. I was like, it's because, like, imagine if I tried to handle that in my own hands, I would have messed it up. Like, I would have been blinded with anger. Like, Spirit just did way better than I could have ever done. And I didn't feel like I needed revenge. It just happened naturally. It wasn't even revenge, I'd call it, but the karma comes back around. So that was just, I mean, even someone else who was associated to it, who kind of did me wrong, and I don't want to get too messy into it, but like it kind of got like, it was just kind of she got her karma too, because he ended up calling her boyfriend, talking about, oh, no, it's not even him. It was some very dramatic stuff, but it was just like, wow, like full comprehensive justice. Just like, boom, like, bam, like, that's how you do God. That's how you do God. Like, I see you. You can handle all my beef. Like, it's all good. I don't even have beef like that. But like, yeah, it was very revealing. But yeah, do you have any final words you'd like to share for us before you go back to your day?
Your time is now. No more waiting. No more like, someone emailed me like the other week saying, hey, I've been getting your emails. I haven't replied. I've been following you for like a year and some now. It's like, dang, homie, you haven't taken action with all this material I've been giving out, and you've done nothing about it. So my call to action for everyone, take action today. Don't wait till next week or a week after that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn. I really want to learn. Do it now. Join the group. It's a free Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. Start learning today. Get that journal, start learning today. Just take action. Your time is now. No more waiting, honestly.
No more waiting.
Now more than ever. Yeah.
That's an overarching message that I know applies to me like it'll apply to everyone else. It's like, oh my gosh, like I have every single resource I need. Like they
Yes.
don't need anything. Like I have everything I need to make it happen. So let's make it happen. You know what I mean? In the words of my friend, my good friend Escobra, it's like you got him, now you gotta get him. So it's
Yeah.
like, all right. So it is what it is. And you know, brother, I thank you so much once again for just sharing your gifts with us and keeping it authentic. The biggest problem with this is so many people want to scam people. So many people want to make a quick buck off of hardworking people, and all you do is provide free value. And even the stuff that's paid, you make it well more than worth it, providing lifetime value. It's a steal. So you know, you stay blessed as always. Y'all watching, y'all stay blessed as always. And yeah, Anna, I hope you know, create another Facebook just to at least join that group, be part of the community. And either way, yeah, we're gonna end this live here. And thanks once again for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming. It's like 100, 200 people, I think. That's awesome.
Please
Yeah,
hit
that's
that like button if you haven't yet already. Let
yeah.
them know you're here.
Like, yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Because I know it's pretty late in America. It's like what, like one? It's pretty late, especially your EST. It's like 1 a.m. So yeah, if you're like Florida, New York,
Over here.
yeah, California. What time is it there? Like 10? 10, yeah.
3.
So thank you guys for being like up and just active in the chat. I'm reading all the chats right now. Jawan, Derek, Sun, Royal, Quantum, so many people. Shannon, Anita, awesome. Sharisa. So yeah, thank you guys. Awesome.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all stay tuned as always. Please make sure y'all hit up the group. And I'm going to say one more time, if you knew that you had the magical ability to conjure any intention you had and make it happen, how would that change your whole outlook on life? How would all your current challenges literally just fizzle away and not exist anymore? Or how would you change your relationship with your problems? Because it's not about making your problems go away, it's about dealing with them. So if you're ready to really step into your power through this art, join this Facebook group, y'all. And y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.